hatred that you people have developed for me? Have I done anything wrong to you? Or somebody has come to your end to destroy me to you? Why would you claim to be the son or the daughter of God and hate somebody so passionately to an extent where you know within your heart that the person has not done anything to you? So please, with all due respect, stop those things, okay? I am OPATAFUOR. I am OPATAFUOR. Still in the miracle business. Mr. Victor says, please, I had a dream that I was holding a sieve with avocado oil in it, but the oil was not draining. I then entered a kitchen looking for a container to transfer the oil. What does it mean? Mr. Victor, one thing that you have to understand is that this particular dream, when you sent the dream to my WhatsApp number, it wasn't as if I didn't read it. I have read everything. But you know something? I actually outfitted everything to the Holy Spirit. And after the interpretation, I was like, wow. Now you see, the oil and the avocado, it is one particular blessing that you have been praying to the Lord to grant you. And you see, the Lord wants to tell you that you are not ready. You keep on asking the Lord for a particular thing, but you are not ready. You are not ready in the sense that you have the oil. The avocado is the blessing, that particular blessing that you are looking for, right from the Holy One. And the oil is the number of prayers, or the quantity of prayers you have uttered in the presence of the Holy One. At a point in the vision, you were looking for a vessel to store the thing in it. Now the vessel within this context is you. You are supposed to receive the oil and store it yourself, but you were looking for it. You were looking for a container, and at the same time you were holding a sieve in the dream, which tells you that the sieve, we actually put substance in that particular object to sieve the chaff out of the main substance. So you must understand that you are not ready for the blessings you are asking the Holy One to grant you. That is why you are being sieved, you are being tested, you are writing your exams. Okay? You are writing your exams. You know that in the realms of the spirit, if you want to become like who I have become, every gatekeeper must be well prepared to write 7 exams. Every gatekeeper and every seeker, majority of you people, no, it's not even majority, all of you Christians, you are seekers. All of you people are seekers. I've never seen any believer on earth who has been promoted to a gatekeeper level. All of you are seekers. And there are 11 levels of seekers in this world. In the realms of the spirit, there are 11 levels of seekers. You all are seekers. The prophets, the apostles, the bishops, the evangelists, all of them, they are seekers. Okay? I used to be a seeker. And I wrote my exams. Now I've been promoted to a gatekeeper level. So I'm no more a seeker. So far, I've not seen any gatekeeper in Ghana. I'm yet to, I don't know whether we have gatekeepers in here, but I'm yet. When you become gatekeeper, it comes with a huge responsibility as well. So bear that in mind. Aaron Bagbo says, Papa, our family members who hate you is because they are unable to decode and come into terms with the mysteries and revelations. Theology stronghold is too strong in them. Yes, yes. Just leave them for them to hold on to what these theologians have decoded out there. So you just let them be. I've already told you that I don't feed people with milk and stuff like that. I give you bones so that you crack it and then lick the marrow in it. Okay? So you just let them be. That is why I don't force myself on people. Once they decide they don't like you, I just let you be at peace. Yeah, and that is me. Oh my goodness. So it sounds good. With all due respect, if you have any message, leave it at the comment section for me. If you have any message, leave it at the comment section for me. So Victor, I don't know what you are asking the Lord to do for you. There is something on your heart. There's something that you have been praying for. In fact, that thing is very close to you, but you see, you can't have it simply because you are not ready. You are not ready because the spirit in you is not ready to receive that type of blessing. Okay? Maybe physically you are ready, but spiritually, the Holy One says you are not ready for that particular blessing. That's why you are holding a sieve and you were looking for a container to put the oil in it. You were supposed to be the one to contain the oil. Why were you looking for an external object to contain it? It means you are not ready. Okay? So please, whatever that you're doing, try as much as possible to work certain things out. Okay? Mr. Victor. Ernesto Uzu says, Papa, please, I had a dream. In a dream, I was pulling a goat who was struggling with me. I dragged it to a specific area and then I woke up. Papa, please, what does this mean? Ernest, you are trying to drag a goat to a specific place. Now, there's one specific thing that you have been doing in your life that the Holy One doesn't like it. And that thing is a sin. Now, for the Holy One to use a goat to represent that particular thing, it means the Holy One doesn't like it. When you read the Bible clearly, you could see that when the Israelites went contrary to the rules of engagement, at a point when they sinned against the Holy One, he told them to use a goat as sacrifice for the remission of those sins they have committed. So it means there's something that you are doing that is being characterized as a sin in the presence of the Holy One. And you see, in the dream, you were struggling with the goat. It means you are struggling with something, an attitude, a behavioral pattern. There is something you have cultivated that the Holy One doesn't like it. So you must stop it. That is why you are trying as much as possible to drag the goat. But the goat is no goat. So you see, it means you have something very important from the Holy One. Now Linda says, Papa, please, in my dream, someone took my phone and wallet. Please, the one who stole the phone and then the wallet, you must go for it. Hunt the person down spiritually. Because once your wallet has been taken, the rest of the spirit, you go through series of financial challenges. You go through series of financial challenges. Okay? So anybody who dreams and you've misplaced your wallet, or somebody has snatched something from you in the realms of the spirit, you must do well to recite Psalm 91. Read Psalm 91 7 times over water. Then after that, you bath. Make sure you don't towel yourself. Don't clean it. Make sure the water you have recited Psalm 91 7 times over, that you have used to bath, you allow it to dry on your skin, so that the pronouncement will be able to penetrate your pores and then engage with your soul and spirit. And by virtue of that, you pray. Even if possible, if you are not on any medication, try as much as possible to do a little fast, maybe 6 to 12, 6 to 3, or 6 to 6, and then pray seriously to retrieve that thing back, or else you wallow through a series of financial challenges. It will affect you, affect your husband, it will affect your entire household, because your husband depends on you. I've already told you that every woman who is legally married, your husband depends on you spiritually to survive. That is why I keep on telling women that. The other time I said something on this particular channel where I said something that once you are not married, as a man, your mom is the one who champions your life. Once you become legally tied with a woman, everything leaves the corridors of your mom to the corridors of your wife. So any little thing that your wife will do, it will affect you directly or indirectly. So as a woman, once you have allowed yourself for an entity, a demon or an evil spirit, to steal your wallet, it means it will affect you and affect your husband as well. And you see, there is something that the entity took along, and that thing is your phone. There could be bad news most of the times. Good news will never locate you. So you see, try as much as possible and then work things out. Okay, thank you very much. Somebody says, "Pa, please, I had a dream that one of your bottle oil turns into water to brim in my hand." What? Probably, I had a dream that one of your bottle oil turns into water to the brim in my hand. Wow, I see. I see. Now let's move on. Rebecca says, "Papa, please, we have a goat in my home. One day I saw the goat standing in my bed. Please, how does it mean? You saw a goat standing on your bed, your own bedroom. Is that what you want to tell me? Please clarify things for me." Nyamike says, "Papa, please, I had a dream. I stepped out from work. When I got back, my older sister I haven't seen for a very long time came to my workplace. She was very happy to see me. Then I woke up." Hey, this kind of dream, I don't know. So right from that day onwards, ever since you had that dream, what has happened? Your older sister that you haven't seen for a very long time came to your workplace. She was very happy to see you. Then you woke up. Wow. Now there was something that happened in a dream. It wasn't supposed to be at your workplace. Okay. On the usual note, where exactly do you normally meet this very sister of yours? Where exactly do you normally meet her? Is it at the same workplace? Because once this happens, you have challenges with your work. Okay. Oh, with all due respect, please, if you have any question, try as much as possible to leave your question at the comment section. Okay, sounds good. It looks nobody has any question. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, so as I said earlier on, ever since I left the media space, a lot of things has happened. As a matter of fact, during this World Cup season, a lot of people made some predictions. Well, it sounds good. But you see, you the youth, let me seize this opportunity to talk to you, especially the youth. If you find yourself within the age range of 12 years to 45 years, this advice goes to you. You must understand that there are so many legitimate streams where you can use to amass wealth. Of late, I've been seeing a lot of things. Most of the youth, especially the male, they are involved in a lot of scandalous acts. Most of the boys are game boys, sitting behind a computer and impersonating the character of women, trying to lure other people from the other land. And after that, they uses that as an opportunity to prey on them. Money laundering and all these things, at the end of the day, it will not end you well. I'm telling you the truth. You have been made to believe that no big money comes clean. That is what an African man, over 70%, that's what you have been made to believe. Because the way we were brought up, our state of mindset, how we perceive things, we have been made to believe that no big money comes clean. And every clean money comes in a smaller amount. This is what you have been made to believe. Now, the question in here is that since you have been made to believe that no big money comes clean, those business moguls out there who owns a chain of business conglomerate in the likes of Bernard Arnault, that France tycoon who made his money through the fashion world. We are all aware that Bill Gates made his money through computing. We are all aware that Warren Buffett, through some legitimate businesses that he owned, and some other stock businesses as well, they all try to educate themselves financially, and they came to understand how money works within the system, and they gave themselves some time to invest and then reinvest. Let me tell you the truth. The kind of mentality that you have from today henceforth, you must drop it. I'm telling you the truth. You think you can sit behind the computer, deploy some schemes and tactics to lure somebody, and take what they have labored for years in your mind, and your argument is that they came to Africa and took our forefathers to captivity, and because of that you are repaying them back through that channel. You see, you must understand certain things. When, as human, if you don't reason logically, you will get everything wrong. Now, when this guy was arrested, people were attacking the government. It was the government who have sold that guy out. But you see, one thing that I have realized about black people is that when their fellow human is evil and has been perpetrating evil in a society, they will never say anything about the person. But the very moment you decide to retaliate by launching an attack at the person who firstly attacked you, you see people pointing their fingers to you. There was this lady in this country who decided to become evil for no reason. At a point, she used to be a fetish priestess, where she used that particular string to scam people. Right after that, she said she has repented. She later turned to become a Christian, and then even in the Christendom, she still went ahead to bring in that kind of mentality that she used to go with when she was a fetish priestess. She still carried on with that bad attitude into the Christendom, where with that space too, she came to dupe people over there. But when eventually the law caught up with her, I saw some hypocrites on the social media channels who were saying that we should pardon her. The number of years that was given to her was too much. At least she has a family. She needs to come back and take care of her little daughter and stuff like that. Now, the question in here is that, what about those victims who were involved? What of those who have lost something very important? Now, you tell me that she has not called them, or she didn't invite them to their to her end, and she didn't pull up a gun to rob them. They were the one who walked to her end and committed themselves. You see, you must understand things. You must understand things. The era that we find ourselves in, things have changed. Things have changed. That sort of mentality where we want to be rich, but we want to sleep and wake up one day and become billionaire just like that. Please, don't be envious of Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, and those people. They have taken over 2-3 decades to build the sort of wealth that you have been seeing. When I was in primary school, I heard Bill Gates was a billionaire. When I was in the primary school, I heard Bill Gates was a billionaire. JHS, I came to discover Warren Buffett, Bernard Arnault, Steve Jobs, and the other people. You thought they just woke up one day and then amassed whatever that they have. You see, you must be very careful. You must be very careful. What some of we, the black people, are doing, it will affect the entire African populace. You see, if you have anybody to be held responsible, if you have anybody to be held responsible, blame your own selves. Blame your own selves. You shouldn't blame the white man, because the white man has not done anything wrong. You are the very ones who sold yourself out. Go and check history. History has it that our own fellow black people were involved in the transatlantic slave trade. The transatlantic slave trade. Our own fellow black men were deeply rooted in that act. So how do you justify that? You sit behind computer or the phone and then you use some dubious means where at the end of the day, somebody will work hard. Then you deceive the person, then you take the money from them. In your mind, you think you are smart. You think you don't, that particular act doesn't have any spiritual repercussions. In your mind, you think there's nothing of that sort. That's how you have been made to believe. Sometimes some of you people, you run to fetish priests and priestess just to fortify yourself against any hexes or curses that will be pronounced against you. So in your mind, you think the concocted object that was given to you to bath and what was given to you to drink, it can protect you from any future impending danger. That's your mind. You see, in the realms of the spirit, levels of powers exist in that ethereal realms. Be very careful. It saddens me when these youth are being arrested. Majority of these Ghanaian youth has been extradited to America because of money laundering. Be very careful. Some of you, the youth, you are deeply rooted in gambling. This recent past World Cup that we had, I saw a lot of youth who were staking. They staked on that particular World Cup, especially on the final day. The final game that happened between Argentina and then the other countries. Is it Spain or that? Yeah. Majority of you people, you spent your hard-earned money. You use your hard-earned money to gamble. Now, let me tell you this. Nobody is being found wealthy when it comes to gamble. At least the $100-$200 that you think you were going to use to win maybe $10,000, $100,000. If you were to put that amount of money into investment, at least at the end of the day, no police, no security sector will come hunting you. And that particular $100 would have yielded a positive dividend. But most of you are in a hurry. Most of the times you want quick cash. And you don't use the right channel as well. You want to sit behind computer and dupe people. You want to involve yourself in this act and go scot-free. Just like that. Please, things doesn't work like that. You can never become successful when it comes to gambling. I'm telling you, because gambling, they created that particular game to extort money from people. It's one of the major loopholes to which the devil has been using to deplete people. Of recently, I have been watching some news that has been surfacing on the internet where most of these banking staffs, they steal from their clients and they use the money to go and gamble. There are so many gambles out there. Some of you people, you have been staking on games like soccer, other games. There are other games over there. Let me tell you, you can never make it with that sort of mentality. Do you know something? Even in the realms of gambling, they have made you people to believe that. Not even making you people to believe. They have told you that gambling is an addictive game. Once you allow yourself to be taken away by gamble, you can never leave that particular zone. Most of the times, you look for some means, because you see, you have $1,000. Then you decide to invest all the $1,000 in the corridors of gambling, where you'll be staking on things like that. $100. The very moment they see to it that you are being depleted, then they allow you to win one. And once you win one, maybe you have spent $900 and you have not won any game. Now your last $100, which adds up to be $1,000, they will allow you to win the game and get at least $300 or $400 in return. Now, because the game has taken something from you, you are tempted to go an extra mile to retrieve whatever that the game has taken from you. And at the end of everything, the game will take everything from you. This has been the nature of gambling for years. So in the field of gambling, they have created that particular space to take the little that people have. So it is very addictive. Some of you people, you have been piloting on your phones. You have not been to aviation school before, but there is a game that some of you people have been playing where you have been piloting on your phones. Ask yourself, how much have you spent when it comes to that game? And if you were to buy a share in Coca-Cola company, at least $1, $2, $3, the next 3 months, it is going to accumulate. Sometimes the interesting aspect of buying shares in company is that within some shortest possible time, you can get your money in return. There are so many companies over there who pays dividends. Once you buy a share in their firm, they pay dividends. And you leave all these business opportunities out there. In your mind, you want to go into bed and wake up in the morning and become like Bill Gates. You want to compete with Warren Buffett. People who have spent years, people who have spent decades to build their wealth. You want to wake up one day to become like them. In your mind, that's how the system works, right? That's how the system works. In your mind, you think that's exactly how the system works. You tell me that, Papa, there are people that I know that they made it through gambling. Tell me, all those who made it through gambling, how many of them were able to sustain the wealth they got from the gambling games? How many of them? Least 3, 4, 5 years, you're not going to see them in the scene again. They will lose everything. Boys were very angry because they thought Argentina was going to win this game, because a lot of soothsayers, sorcerers, witches and wizards, self-acclaimed prophets, prophetess, bishops, they have come out to proclaim that the Argentina as a country, they are the ones who are going to take the FIFA World Cup home 2026. So because of that, people spent their hard-earned money. Some of them, they even took the little that they had to stake lottery. And then things couldn't happen that way. And then they took everything to the social media platforms where they were lambasting those soothsayers and other categories of spiritual entities. You can't make it. Ever since I was born, I have never involved myself in any lottery, because what I know within my spirit is that lottery is an addictive thing. It is an addictive thing. So once you initiate yourself into that sector, it is not easy for you to pull out. Once you initiate yourself into gambling, it is very difficult for you to pull out. So because of that, I sat down to pray over the nature of gambling, and it was revealed to me the principality behind gambling and stuff like that. So I have crossed my heart. I know very well that there are some pastors out there who are also deeply rooted in gambling. But OPATAFUOR, I have never staked any lottery, neither have I bet anything. I have never involved myself in those things. I have never, ever since I was born till as I speak with you, I have never gone on betting on anything. I have never staked any lottery. I have never involved myself in those things. You must understand certain things, my dear. I respect you people so much, but it pains me the kind of attitude that we are cultivating in the society. It will not take us far in life. Sometimes peer pressure, envying people pushes us into that corridors where we go there to defraud people. I have never involved myself in any scamming. Never. I have never ever involved myself in gaming, browsing, all those things. I have never in my life, never. I have never defrauded any white woman, nothing of that sort. Let me tell you, there are genuine ways to make it in life. I'm telling you the truth. There are genuine ways to make it in life. I'm telling you the truth. I've never. Have I been killed? Am I poor? Mr. Miss, let me tell you the truth. There are legitimate ways to make it in life. I have never involved myself in anything that relates to narcotic. I'm telling you, I have never involved myself in anything relating to narcotics. That is me. I have never done anything of that sort. There are genuine ways to prosper on earth. You see, sometimes we lack the financial education when we come to the African continent. Majority of the African populace, we lack what we call financial education. And because of that, we mismanage the little funds that we have. Most of the times, instead of us to invest the little that we have, we mismanage it. And at the end of the day, we return, go to the house of the Lord, pray to the Lord to bless you. In your mind, you have that mentality that you want the Holy One to bless you with a huge sum of money. And indeed, there are so many people that they have come to me. I've prayed for them. Miracles has happened in their life. And the little that the Holy One gave to them, they couldn't utilize it well. You lack financial education. And finances has nothing to do with anointing. Finances. You can be very anointed and still poor. Why? Because when it comes to money, you don't have any idea. You can pray for the crippled to walk. You can pray for the blind to see. But when it comes to financial education, some of you people, you are lacking at that sector very well. Gambling is an addictive game. Once you initiate yourself into it, I'm telling you, you can't come out. You can't. And I'm telling you that gambling will take more than what is expected from you. You think, oh, let me use 100 cedis, 20 cedis, 10 cedis. Now, as you keep on eating your eggs, remind yourself that you have been eating your chicks. So because of that, in the future, it will go against you. If you were to open an investment account where what you have been spending to stake lotto and other betting games, if you were to be pushing this little amount into that account where you have been buying shares and you keep on rolling over, at a point, you make it. At a point, you make it. You see, sometimes the issues with this betting company, what they do is that once they see to it that the level of purchases has gone down, they intentionally bribe people where they come out to advertise by telling the public that they have won a very huge sum of money. And because of that, you are a greedy person, so it will pull your legs, where it will keep on ringing in your mind that if you were to continue staking this lottery, if you were to continue this betting habit, by now maybe you could have been the one who will win this particular amount of money. The devil will keep on dropping that sort of thought in you. Once they see to it that people are not purchasing them anymore, then they pay people to come out to advertise, telling the public that they stake on this and that, and then they have won this particular amount of money. And by virtue of that, they will be able to win you back. That is the nature of gambling. And that is exactly how alcohol works. Alcohol also works in a mysterious way. It is also an addictive thing where once you keep on taking a sip, oh, let me take one thought, two thoughts. By the time you realize, you become a drunkard. By the time you realize, you have become addicted to alcohol, where you can't pull out. So anything that drains humanity, anything that kills the spark of the Messiah, I don't tolerate it. I don't welcome it. Alcohol kills the spark of the Messiah in you. It deforms you. It renders you powerless. Do you know that anybody who drinks a lot, you cannot trust the person with your secret? No matter how secretive you think you are, once you become drunk, you'll be tempted to spill everything out. Majority of the prominent people out there, their secret got leaked when they became drunk. Majority of the prominent people out there, their secrets became leaked when they were drunk. So alcohol kills the spark of the Messiah in you. It diminishes the flame of everything. The power that the Holy One has bestowed on you, alcohol kills it. Now these days, I have been seeing young women. It amazes me a lot. I've been seeing young women. I've been seeing young women who falls within the age of 19 to their early 30s. And they keep on showing on the internet. Most of the time, when they get for themselves some little food, you see them taking in alcohol before they come and eat. So sometimes I sit down and ask myself, now in the next 10-15 years, how would our women be like? How would they grow to be? Because the young women who falls within the age of 20s, 30s, their early 30s to 40s, all these women are gradually, they are migrating to the path of alcoholism. So how would these women be? The same thing also implies to the boys. These days I've been seeing so many boys who have taken to themselves to become neck deeply in alcoholism. Please, don't destroy yourself. I'm begging you, don't destroy yourself. Please, don't destroy yourself. Don't destroy yourself. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Don't destroy yourself. Don't destroy yourself. Please, with all due respect, I know I'm not the one who gives you money to buy it. So because of that, I can't tell you to stop taking alcohol. But at least, please, with all due respect, some of you, every weekend, you are looking for an opportunity to go there and drink. So most of the times you are expecting people to die. Is it the nature of alcohol? How an alcohol has made you to turn into? Please, you are a nice, gentle soul. Stay away from certain things, especially you, the youth. The sort of behavior that you are cultivating this time, please, it's never going to be of help, because in the next 10 years, we are going to have a lot of women and then men who have destroyed their kidney. I'm telling you, I have just conducted a research, and the outcome of the research that I have conducted, I'll take my time to come and brief you. In the next 10 years, by 2036, I'm telling you this, the number of people that we're going to have who have lost their kidneys, both women and men, it will shock you. And all these things are happening. Sometimes you think the food that we have been eating, that's exactly what has been causing harm to us. It is never the truth. Majority of the women are alcoholic addicts. Majority of the women, they are alcoholic addicts. Some of these youth, they like gambling too much. How would you prosper? How would you prosper? There's a guy who stole, I think, 600,000 Ghana cedis from the account of a client in a reputable bank. And this guy, it will interest you to know that instead of him to use the money to go and do something important, he spent all the 600,000 on gambling, betting on UEFA Champions League, staking lottery. And then what amazes me is that this guy has never been to aviation school, but there's a game called Aviator, and this guy always he spends about 3-4 hours on his phone every day piloting. You know that you have not been to an aviation school, but most of the times you have not been to any aviation school. Who gave you the authority to become captain? But you have been playing aviator every day. You see, most of the time, the plane will leave you by. I've never gambled before, ever since I was born. Ever since I was born. I've never even sneezed any alcoholic beverage before. I don't go closer to where alcohol is. It doesn't mean that when you are a drunkard and you come close to me, I'll sack you, no. But me personally, where they sell those things, I don't go there. Unless maybe it is being packed in a supermarket, then I pass through to buy something. Other than that, I don't do that, because I know the implication of too much alcoholism, the end result of it. I know the end result of gambling. There are so many rich men in the society. When they made money, they took to themselves to involve themselves in gambling. And I'm here to tell you that all those men, they have lost it. Gambling has taken it from them. A guy told me that, a guy who works at the washing bay, he told me that, Papa, if hadn't been the grace of gambling, we wouldn't have survived. I said, really? And then the guy was so mean. And then he was telling me stuff. And then he said, Papa, even if you know what is in gambling, you will not even do this pastoral work again. I said, really? I said, do you make a lot of money? Say, and then the guy replied by telling me that, yes, Papa, do you know that last week it was left on him just 10 cedi, and then he used that 10 cedi in Aviator, and then he won, I think, 1,002 or something like that. Papa, just imagine this privilege. If having been the intervention of gambling, where would we be? And I was just listening to you. I said, oh, you spent hundreds 10 cedis, and then you won 1,002. Because of that, you are advocating for me, OPATAFUOR, to come and partake in Aviator, knowing very well that OPATAFUOR, I've never been to any aviation school. I don't know anything about piloting and stuff like that. I should just sit home, download Aviator, and then connect the account to my wallet, either my mobile money or my bank account, and then I should feed the Aviator, and then once the plane decides to take off, I should stake on it. Just imagine disciples of Aviator, the apostles of Aviator, the prophets of Aviator, the bishops of Aviator. A lady just gisted me that all the women are involved in these Aviator games. When you give money to your woman, then she will literally feed the account, the money that you have given to your woman. She will use the money to feed the account of this Aviator, and then she will be in the room the whole day. She will not talk, neither will she do anything. Then she will be spending all this money on Aviator, gambling, these women. So what sort of women are we breeding this end time? No any investment ideas, nothing. No financial education. They literally knows nothing. They just go to university, acquire the degree, their masters, and that is it all. It ends there. There are so many. You see, the saddest aspect of it is that all these guys who are deeply rooted in gambling in Ghana, they are all university graduates. All these boys who are rooted in gambling, they are all university graduates. Over 80% of these guys are university graduates. So the question in here is that they have allowed themselves, their parents have spent a lot to take them through university to acquire a degree, and at the end of the day, you see them in the room playing Aviator. You see them betting on European Champions League. Some of you, your parents will be asking you money and you know you have it, but because of gambling, you intentionally tell them that you don't have it because you have plans that this evening, the Barca and then Chelsea match, you are going to bet on it. You have some special odds and so on and so forth. And because of that, you intentionally denied your parent. You will not give them and use the money to go and stick on that match. You see, let me tell you, majority of those people, you see them on the media space, either on radio, on TV, or other social media platforms, who always comes out to tell you people that they have won a huge sum of money. All those people, they have been paid. They have been paid. Understand certain things. As a young guy, you know, already we are living in a dispensation where things are very tough. We are living in a dispensation where things are very tough. So if you add some anti-behaviors to your life, I'm telling you that you're going to suffer very well. We are in the season where it is very difficult to come by money, and you will attest to that fact. How many youth are being employed by the government? across the global world. When you go to America, when you go to Germany, Italy, Spain, when you come to Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, all these presidents of this nation that I've just mentioned, how many job opportunities have they been able to create ever since Donald Trump came to power? How many job opportunities has he been able to create? Ever since Tinubu took over, how many job opportunities come to Ghana? How many job opportunities has Mahama been able to create? I don't blame them, because even the resource is not there. So since they have not been able to create any job, what about those people who have just graduated from university? Those people who are unemployed, how are they going to get money? So when you manage to put things in order, and then you get some little chicken change on you, don't go and spend all on gambling. Money is very difficult to come by. So please, reason a little bit. Money is very difficult to come by in this end time. Things are very tough. Things are very difficult. You people living in diaspora, you will attest to the fact that indeed what I'm saying is of the truth. When you're living in France, Germany, Italy, Spain, you will attest to the fact that money is very difficult to come by. There are a lot of people in my DM who keeps on telling me that even they are not getting a job. There are people in my DM currently as I speak with you. I just woke up and then I saw about 1,000 to 2,000 messages, and about 50%, those people are telling me to pray for them because they are not getting a job. So since they have not been getting a job, how are they able to feed themselves? Only God knows. So sometimes some of you people, your brothers, your sisters have been taking some of your responsibilities. Your brothers and sisters have been taking some of your responsibilities. And the little your brother, your sister will give it to you, you sit here and waste it on gambling. You will not use it to invest in anything profitable. You want to invest in the field of gambling so that you wake up one day and then you blow out. Then you change your name. The Kwakwata, the Kwakwado. You want to blow and change it. And then since you have made it, you become Osas Billions, T Blinks. This is what you want to call yourself. You want to wake up and then you have staked a lotto where you have won so big. Then you change your name to Osas Billions. Please, little drop of water makes a mighty ocean. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, just like that. You want to win lotto and change your name Kusi Mensa to Cashman. Please, such will not happen. Such will not happen. Gambling was created by the rich people to take money from the hard-hearted ones. You see, the rich people, they have studied the system and they have realized that there are some people, no matter what, they will never touch their money. So they sat down and then decided to design a game that can pull your legs for you to touch the little savings that you have. So the rich people, in their mind, they have created that platform to extort the little savings that you have from you. They have made you to believe that you just bring 100 cedis, and once you are able to win, we will give you 7,000 Ghana cedis. And they know that majority of you people, you are tempted because you are looking for people who will extricate you from poverty. I know majority of you people, you are looking for people who will help extricate you from poverty because you are wallowing in long suffering. And based on that, the rich man in the society, he sees advantage in that act, and he has created betting, advertised to you and made you to believe that Since you are looking for an opportunity to come out from the poverty that you find yourself in, check into your coffers, check into your savings, check into your pocket. How much do you have in there? Then you tell it to yourself that I have 300 Ghana cedis, I have $300. Then the rich man will tell you that this is an opportunity. Use that $300, stake on this. Once you win it, this is a sure number. Once you win it, that is your breakthrough. If you don't take risk, you can't become successful, and they will make you to believe in these things. Then the little $300 that you were supposed to use to buy shares in a company that pays dividends, you used to stake lottery. You used to feed the account of Aviator. Then you go into your secret chamber. Then you decide piloting just like that. Let me tell you the truth. You people, the little coins you have been allowing it to slip through your fingers just like that. The little chicken change. Me, OPATAFUOR. There are certain things that I don't involve myself, no matter what. No matter what. Sometimes you see a new investment platform where they will be promising you with some fishy returnings. They will tell you, when you bring your money, we will give you 100%, 200%. Who does that? Who does that? Who does that? Like the other KillNet and stuff. You see, they will promise you something. Bring this. Some of them, it's an investment opportunity. They'll tell you, bring 2 people, and the other 2 people will also bring 2 people. And by the time you realize, you have registered all your community people, and even the king and queen in your community has become part. Ponzi schemes. Sometimes the returns that some investment promises, it smells fishy. Sometimes you have to sit down and think. Please, these days it's very difficult to come by money. It is very difficult and extremely difficult to come by money. I told you on the 31st of December 2025 that this month, this particular year 2026, things were going to be tough. That is exactly what I told you. Those of you who actually partook in the live stream on that particular day, you can attest to that at the comment section. I told you that 2026 things will become very, very difficult more than what we were experiencing in 2025. Now compare this particular year to last year. Which one is it very difficult to come by money? Now, a lot of people has been brought back to square one. Nothing. They have nothing to write home about, especially there are some people in this country who has lost a lot. They have lost a lot. They are exhausted. They have depleted orphans, especially those people who experience fire outbreak at their various job centers. Everything was bent just like that. Some of them, they were having goods worth of billions in their warehouses, and everything has been bent. And all this account to what? Financial losses. Now, majority of these people living in Accra, since the flood did a lot to those people. Some of them, the river penetrated into their warehouse and took some goods out, which is worth millions. the flood was able to penetrate into the homes of some people, and it destroys so many things. Some of them, their home theater, their television, their cars, everything was brought to zero. So imagine that particular disaster, the financial loss that it has caused to the nation. And imagine if your brother is living in Accra and you depend on him, and he lives in those areas where it was flooded. Ask yourself, what will be the outcome? Some of them, the rain took their cars and dumped it into some big gutters over there. I don't know much about Accra, but I saw it on TV. And all this counts to what we call financial loss. A lot of people have lost vital things in this year. As I told you in 31st 2025, that this year a lot of people will go bankrupt. And indeed, that is exactly what we experience. There are so many people who have gone bankrupt. They have lost everything. Some of them, they have to rewrite their story again, start everything afresh. And the saddest aspect of it is that what exactly are they going to use to start the life afresh? They have nothing to write home. They have no foundation, nothing. And the water has destroyed everything. The fire outbreak has destroyed everything. So please, be wise about money. I keep on telling you this. Be wise when it comes to money. Be wise about it. Seek for yourself financial education. Be wise. Be wise. If you have any opportunity and you are earning some chicken change, please be wise about that, because what you have been receiving, it's not going to be there forever. Maybe in case something should come up, and then where you have been earning some chicken change is being seized, where exactly are you going to get some another money from? So the little that has been coming to your end, be smart with it. Don't associate yourself into certain things. Always gambling. Why is it supposed to be that? Why is it supposed to be that? Look at what happened in Accra. A lot of companies were shut down. On that fateful day, people were not able to go even into their job centers. So on that single day that they were not able to work, do you know how much they have lost? A lot of cold stores were destroyed. People who have in there a lot of fish and stuff like that, all was destroyed by the flood. So all this counts to what we call financial loss, and that is it. So if you are living in America, let me tell you the truth. If you are living in America, something is coming to, it's going to happen. Something is going to happen. If you are living in America, something is going to happen. So please, with all due respect, be very meticulous about your finances. Be meticulous about your finances. Be meticulous about your finances. Today, a lot of people are in hardship. Do you know the number of people who are crying? People, they can't even feed themselves. 1,000 Ghana is even a problem to some people. 1,000 Ghana, a chicken change. Even 1,000 Ghana is not up to a chicken change. It can't even buy water. 1,000 Ghana can't buy water. And even with that, still people can't afford it. So ask yourself, what is happening? Ask yourself. So please. There is somewhere. There is somewhere. There you go. Linda says, well, please, what's the meaning of the song? Oh, Linda, this one too, I've explained to you. Now we are about to enter into the month of August. Now let me tell you the truth. The month of August is the devil's month. The month of August is the devil's month. We are about to enter into the month of August. Today happens to be 21st of July 2026. And we are about to enter into the month of August. And the month of August is the devil's month. A lot of things are going to happen. So be very careful with that particular month. And then, especially if you are living in America, be very careful with the month of August. It's the devil's month. Okay? The month of August is the devil's month. A lot of tragedies are going to happen in this particular August coming. Since time is far gone, I'll postpone everything to, let's say, Thursday or on Friday coming. So please, with all due respect, on this particular August coming, be very careful with your actions, okay? Be very, very careful with your actions because it is the devil's month. I call it the devil's month because you don't even have any idea what will happen in that month. I know exactly what will happen. That's why I have named it the devil's month. Papa, will we be fasting the 40 days fast this August? No, this August we will not do any fasting. Most of the times I normally initiate fasting on the month of August, but this particular August we're not going to do it. Okay, but I'll give you a ritual to perform. Once we enter into the month of August, I'll be giving you a particular ritual to perform. So just exercise restraint, okay? Now, for the last time, I believe you are getting yourself prepared for the 29th of December 2026. Everything is going to happen live in Kumasi. This is our very last time program that we actually holding in Kumasi. Right after this program, we're not going to run any program in Kumasi again until further notice. So I've already told you that get yourself prepared. On this fateful day, a lot of things are going to happen. Okay? Miracles, healing, a lot of things you just think of. So at the same time, we'll be launching the house as well. So the project is still ongoing. It's in the pipeline. And I don't want to do a live video to show you where we've gotten to, but I want to surprise you where I'll come out with the final output. So just get yourself prepared. Kumasi, 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 Kumasi. Tell it to yourself that I'm going to meet one of the greatest gatekeepers alive. And that day, the environment about you will change. Enti nyame adoma 29th of December 2026 yebehia anopa ewo efie ha, efie na yesi no foforo no mpacho efie ni nya nwie. Okay, na me no kasa nyina so na me ka kiro se me match na nsen na me hu se beef bi koso or TV so me dia me free beef or mo me. Okay, so that's what we're going to do on the 29th of December 2026. This very year we will be meeting live in Kumasi, so get yourself prepared. 29th of December we will be launching the house, and then right after that we'll proceed to another segment, which is probably a program. If you need financial breakthrough, just get yourself prepared. Okay, if you need financial breakthrough, get yourself prepared, because right after this particular program you're not going to see me till 2029 on January 1st. Okay. Now, somebody just said that probably does it mean in the August month is not good for women who are going to deliver at the hospital? I've never said that, okay? I have never said that. If you need financial break, you see, this has nothing to do with fake miracles, or I'm not going to fake anything. OPATAFUOR, I speak, I do, I act as how I am. There's nothing that you can do to change me. I am whom that I think I am. So usually we will be having our meeting on that particular day, and then the Divine Destiny Clan, we will meet in this particular December. But the Divine Destiny Clan, you people should bear in mind that I'll meet you earlier before the 29th, because I know majority of the Divine Destiny Clan members, you can't partake in that program. So our meeting will be held earlier before the D-Day, that is the 29th. So you will be the first individual to enter into the new building. The Divine Destiny Clan members, you'll be the very first to enter into the new house before the Zenith members. So right after Divine Destiny Clan members, then on the 29th, I'll be meeting up with all the Zenith members across the global world. If you are in Africa, or if you are in diaspora, if you are in Ghana, we will be meeting on the 29th of December. If you are living in Nigeria, wherever that you are, once you take to yourself that you want to partake in this program, this is a program that is full of rituals, a ritual to prosper, a ritual to good health, a ritual for protection. You know me, when I talk, I do it as exactly how I will say it. So the Divine Destiny Clan members, we will meet in December, I think the first week, and then on the 29th we will meet with the Zenith of Heavens members who are in across the global world. So it has to be that. Oh my goodness. So that's how it's supposed to be. Okay. Nyamike says, Papa, please, how do I qualify to join the Divine Destiny Clan? It's a lot. Linda says, Papa, please add me so I will only stand at the door and clean people's feet. Linda, when I see the fire of OPATAFUOR burning in you, I will personally invite you and initiate you into Divine Destiny Clan. A clan, it's a society where the protection of the Holy One, the blessings of the Holy One is abundant. You don't join Divine Destiny Clan and still suffer financially. It doesn't work like that in that society. You don't join Divine Destiny Clan and suffer financially. It doesn't work like that. In Divine Destiny Clan, please, there's nothing like that. There's no member in Divine Destiny Clan where this member is suffering financially. Even as how this economy has become, still, you have OPATAFUOR and you are telling me you are suffering financially. It never works like that. It never works like that. All the 13 powers, what am I using it for? Protection. Nobody can kill you. Nobody can cheat you. Nobody can defeat you. Nobody can tamper with your finances. As far as I'm concerned, and as far as the great one is concerned, nobody can do you anything. Okay, Hagar, how are you doing, Hagar? I believe you are doing well. I love you so much. Hagar. Oh my goodness. Hagar, I shall be well, okay? Sometimes it has to be that. Okay, now let's move on. Nene Sika Okleme Kukubina says, Daddy, please, can someone marry in the month of August? The month of August, on Thursday, I'll take my time to come and talk about the month of August. The month of August is the devil's month. If you don't know, let me tell you the truth. Okay? Oh my goodness. If you have OPATAFUOR, you see, nobody can do you anything. You see, one thing that you have to understand is that the world has changed. Everything about the world has changed. The footballers, the athletes, the business gurus that you know there across the global world, they have all affiliated themselves to a society. Even the top pastors, you see them on the mainstream where they live a flashy life. They have all run to affiliate themselves to a secret society. I know hundreds of pastors who have affiliated themselves to a secret society. Some of them are devil worshippers. Okay? Some of them are devil worshippers. Some of them, they have sacrificed a lot. Let me tell you, if you think your master's, your PhD can pull you through in life, then you are a joke. Now, Ebenezer says, please, Papa, what about the perfume direction? Yes, initially I authoritated everybody to go get for his or herself a perfume. But you see, somewhere along the line, this was a major breakdown. Something happened. And then Mr. Osei says, I shouldn't give the direction out. So it was Mr. Osei who told me not to give the direction out. He said I shouldn't do it because there are people out there who will copy it, who will use it for their selfish interest. So what we will do is that on the 29th, when you are coming, you come along with the perfume. then I give you the secret code. It is that day that I will reveal my secret code to you. It is that day that I will show you something that you don't even have any idea. It is that day that I'll give you a pattern to follow. You see, I don't want to talk much. So on the 29th, we are coming to Kumasi. If you are ready, get yourself prepared. If I were you, I'll start my journey from today. So Mr. Osei says a lot of people out there will copy it, and then they will use it and enjoy life. And at the end of the day, still they will not give you the credit. They will still. So come along with your perfume. If it is money that you want, you just come with your perfume. When it comes to money, you know, OPATAFUOR me yeni pay you. Me OPATAFUOR me di me to me di yeni pay ye. Enti no obi timi di nsasi ne bo. Na wa chema die kakraka. Adentia. Asese nyi OPATAFUOR. Sometimes those people that you know, just listen to their conversation. You see that when they are talking, they will tell you that if hadn't been the intervention of OPATAFUOR, this would have happened to me. Oh my goodness. Me pacho me nyemre susu debi me nyemre obi obaga so OPATAFUOR ayemre bi oboa nyemre eja wo me ho ankasa eja hwe eja me wo no me bie su kire wa oyembe hyew somebody 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 $5 million and no mo ye dede sa no 2 2 3 $3 million and na mo ye dede sa no bie jano so kire wa oyembe hyew nioma wo me ho ankasa. Oh my goodness, it sounds so amazing. Now, Crystal King Squatting says, please, Papa, we want to know the dress code for 29. It's going to be white. I'm the first person to initiate all white watch night in this country. Now, ever since I initiated that idea, everybody has stolen that idea. On 31st night, you see pastors telling their church members to dress in all white and come along. Hey! It sounds good when you learn from the gatekeeper like this. I love it so much. You don't have any idea. Who say? Oh my goodness. 5 million dollars you oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Atamfu nyenyame. Abna Amsterdam, greetings to you. I believe you are doing great. It sounds so amazing. I believe you are doing well. Abna Amsterdam, greetings. Michiao Abna Amsterdam, wa unim ni biasa. O hwe me so Abna Michiao wa unim ni biasa ya chia na mame. Abna Amsterdam, Michiao. Onkuan na Michiao special. So that is just by the way. And Crawford we say almost spiritual father seeker sound. There are some people, they are godfather, Jano conform. Kabe 1 million bi no mde didi omuniska say enkrofo bi on godfather ayemro. There are some people, their godfather, the little fire that they had has been quenched. Share Ebreja doom. Now, the 10 promises, how many of them have you been able to manifest? Let me ask you this question. The 10 promises, the 11 promises, how many of them have you been able to manifest? The 11 promises, how many of them have you been able to manifest in your life? Now, the 11 covenant, how many of the covenant have you been able to receive? Tell me, how many of the covenant have you been able to receive? Now, the 11 levels of prayers, how many levels have you been able to conquer? Tell me, the 11 levels of prayer, how many levels have you been able to conquer? Tell me. 11 promises, 11 covenant, 11 prayer levels. How many of them have you been able to conquer? Tell me. In fact, let me ask you this. All this year, have you been able to breathe the 13 levels of breath? Have you been able to do that? And you are still talking. Oh my goodness. You just wake up and take your bath and at least have your breakfast and go to work just like that. I am OPATAFUOR. What in case you claim you know yourself, what is your secret code? Tell me. I'm not talking in respect of these numerological numbers. You know that when you combine your date of birth, you arrive at a specific number. And these numerologists have been trying. You are number 7, number 8, number 9, number this, number that. That's not what I'm saying. There is a quantum mechanical number that the Holy One used to engineer you. And that number carries every information about you. And that number controls you. So if you know yourself, what is your number? Tell me. I'm yet to give you the keys. I am yet to unlock certain realms for you to enter, to discover certain things yourself so that you don't worry too much. Some of you are worrying too much. The 11 levels of prayer. What level have you been able to conquer? Tell me at the comment section. The 11 promises. How many of them have you been able to manifest? The 11 covenant. How many covenants do you have since you claim you have been worshiping the Holy One? Everybody keeps on saying God, 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 God. Okay. What covenants do you have with the Holy One? How many of the covenants have you been able to manifest? You don't have any idea. My dear, you need a lot of things, okay? My goodness. In the realms of the spirit, there is a breath. It is called the 13th breath. Anybody who is able to breathe this particular 13th breath, I'm telling you that from that day onwards, your life will never be the same. You live in a mysterious life. The Holy One will wield you with a particular power which is not permitted to be given to anybody. Have you been able to breathe that particular breath? You don't have any idea. You don't have any idea. You see, some of you people, you think that Christian lifestyle is about going to church, praying in tongues. That's sakarabababa, antolobobobo, oshimbuis, and that thing. Well, when you speak in tongues, it's a good thing, because once it is genuine, I don't have any issues with you. So it is a good thing. Anybody who speaks against tongues, that person must be very careful. But the question in here is that there is something that cuts across. It's beyond tongues. Now, the question in here is that when you have prayed, when you have fasted, when you have given your tithe, your offering, and yet still you have not been seeing anything, my question is, how many power stations have you discovered? How many power stations have you been given the authority to contact? Because in this country, once you see a criminal on the street, you can contact the police. That is the security sector. It's a power station. You can even contact the military. It's another security sector. There are a lot of people, you see, and agencies being established by the government to respond to human needs, and that is it. Now, how many power stations in the kingdom of the Holy One do you know? And how do you contact them? The only thing you do is you pray always. Let me tell you, prayer go through processes. At a point, even the Messiah declared by shouting that, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. Why? My father, have thou forsaken me? Why? Because at that moment, he prayed expecting the heavens to respond instantaneously, and nothing of that sort happened. Now, the question in here is that, my brother, since you claim you are a believer more than OPATAFUOR, and OPATAFUOR is a wizard, OPATAFUOR is not genuine, how many power stations do you know? When I pray, it doesn't work. I can contact power station, deploy them, go and work for me. That is it all. It ends there. Please, with all due respect, have you entered into the seventh realm, where you have entered into the pagod, where you have stand right before the throne? Oh my goodness. That is why the Divine Destiny Clan members, when you mess up, they will tear you apart, because all of them, they have been wielded with power. They don't waste their time, unless maybe the thing is very difficult. When it comes to people who are worrying them, or somebody has gone for magical powers like charms, curses, and those things of that sort, they don't waste their time to call me. They themselves, they will break you. If you like, you can go and join any secret society of your choice, any occultic kingdom. They don't care. Once you have an encounter with somebody who belongs to the Divine Destiny Clan society, they will crush you, because they are wielded with power. It's not about mount. Say OPATAFUOR de almost say umfiri nyame, OPATAFUOR de oye bonsam unse ye ansa me am ye bonsam no usuro mi mumu bebre mu kunu no musuro mi sa na tie sa na nyame aye me mumu bebre mo yere no musuro mi mu nua no musuro mi mo ma no musuro mi by nature wo to OPATAFUOR dia na ho mete unu de ntia. My goodness. Na me pa nanka sa sofu we pa na no hu nwi se hohoro sapopa be ka me a samre pa kama magana ye de the way anka megina ka kwamu spiritually apagya ne bass akoso edi bass na hwe fom amafia no nko behu se asase we so ogifuo bia ni ho me pa nanka wanya ho akotwa enwum ejina o se wo asori ba twa nwum ebe dese me opatafo ka asori ni begu ka mumu bi muntimi nko asori wo. Okay, that's just by the way. I know family na ase me pentokwa. Say sa akwa ba kono no okotete akwa bi achi se o meheda me opatafo di motia opatafo di motia na ye adwuma opatafo di motia opatafo mfiri nyame sisisi se mi twa ne techere ma wie na me gina akwam the bass ne be mienu bo ho wie ye afi nso ne mani nyina obi adware me come in same bible se me pa na sa sofu we on obeka me a me sin kana so down me kasamre nkan members no muntimi ntena ho. I'm telling you me bua kran ka awurade nkumi me kama yama na ye fese me ankama yama na ye fe share patafo na me wa bo mi din kura wan cancer mpa no kura no say ye pick information e de bremia eno automatic judgment amedia ma ahonhom kura me say let the person suffer for 5 years. If he or she keeps on destroying me, let the person suffer for 12 years. If the person keeps on, banish him from one generation. And who cry at the media chow. Uni mo market coming some more market them or won't timid. Or more chill almost hey, with the agro. Remember cow panty back, or the weapon. I mean, your pattern first me found. Me will be no bomb mafia sending you. Me 2 million in a movie. The desire liye, the protected nipa, the many pennies card, the bomb mafia ni nyina me will be. Me will mafia different be brave. Me will power stations ahodoɔ bebree kwa me pa if I were to be the one that this guy has stepped on my toes like that, I'm telling you by this time there's something interesting that will be happening in their church. Okay. So please, with all due respect, on the 29th of December 2026, we'll be meeting live in Kumasi, so get that. Amata says, Papa, a lot of people are losing their houses in Canada. Why? What is happening? Amma, tell me. Amma, I didn't see nipa baby omo dying free omo nsa. Dear ya, catch them in Canada. Dear ya, me see who do opatafo achi am obi ehunahuna. Mo obi ehunahuna masa obi antimi count mo obi ehunahuna. Onime na nam a mo obi odi atu dia dia o dem see free opatafo asa. Yes, okay, I say phone so nkwana betimi afre me. Just mention my name kekena we say me ba boa. Mo bia hunahuna, manipa bia hunahuna wasase we so. Fa anidie ni obuo manipa. But odi anidie ni obuo manipa na ofi se wagimi ano amana hunu se una onim ehan no no kro onim han no. Mo bia hunahuna me na maka kiro. Amata, please, I'm waiting for you. You said what? A lot of people are losing their houses in Canada. What is happening over there? Tell me. Hagar. So for Mami Hagar, one day I'll give you a gift. One day I'll visit you and give you something that will shock you. And from that day onwards, what I'll give it you will outlive you. I'm telling you the truth. Hagar, I'll give you something that is more than money. Money is the least of the things that I can give out. I'll give you something that is more than money. Hagar, I'll give you something that is more than money. I'll give you a gift that is more than money. You don't know me. One day, so please, I think the time is far gone. We've spent more than 2 hours, and I have to close this particular live stream so that those of you that has things to do out there, you can also go and do it. Na me pa na opatafuo sa sofu we pa nka wa be kam ya ha me say nka Ghana on anka mama Ghana ye de. I'm telling you. James Amuzu says, Papa, you visited me 29th March 2024, and since then my life has never been the same. I am forever grateful. Thank you very much. Me OPATAFUOR afena mbese madome onu ma ye usei me hey. Unim grofo maka dem me pa na sofu we pa the members be kan me a misika be the best sai wo bia wa asase we so me come the best sai wo bia me the best sai sofu asai me hu mobo rade Higaba, wow, nice. But I'll give you something that is more than dollars. Dollars is a mere chicken chain. It's a paper thing. I'll give you something that is more than dollars. You see, now I don't do church anymore. As I speak with you, I don't do church anymore. And there are so many powers over there. I'll be using the power to do only mafia games. As the gatekeeper, when you misbehave, I give orders, bring them, give you discipline, sanction you just like that. So right now, the occultic society, they are afraid to step on my toes. Okay? They are afraid to step on my toes. Now, when you touch my tail, I'll bite you. Me permat you. Omo Ghana no. Omo mfe emu hamame. Because me permat ya. Me bomach ni wi a me hunu se yampa. Akwa we wa bi yampa. Na okotufo no omo secret society fo no omo grandmasters ni nyina omo mre. Omo hyedam benye. Ba ku pe bi na otimi ma obi di ne ka be hwe ne ka mo no kura se me mafia no mo no ahunu say yes. My friend is saying nka o de o me more rematch e wa Accra highway me ni mienu. And say my friend na on fa. Me pe de wa bin pa what on there. Bon sama mano sokodua ahwe bon sama mano banku ni inkrumasti we di nto no wa punu no. Many kosua no kora no me the flash wa metimi ayira otumi no me me de nyame ayem no sa na wayem mi untina mumu bi no mukunu no musuro me just like that. They fear me. Me nko ba bia o de bia me hye dem na mbom afia saa. Bom afia saa. Mumu bi no se musuro me mukunu no musuro me kokok. Obo opatafuo din a na Radi Yagobo. You know the fear of Opatafuo. Remember Besrao. Mumubia. Please, good night. Okay, we will meet on Thursday. We are back to normal lecture hall, so just join us. Share Opatafuo. Na me, uni mi on. Mimi nkum na ntwi o. Oh, sir, Kazongo na ote kofodi ana. Wanya chicken change no, no na ntwi no woku. Ono sa Kasongo no ote kofodi ana ono chicken change na wanya no. Ono okum na ntwie okunkum mimi nkum hwi o. Mimi nkum hwe me Opatafuo mimi nkum hwe. Me pobi o se me ba Opatafuo ho no. O maame kokum na ntwie. O maame kodware won samampom. Opatafuo maame edua se me nko no anha ahaban se me nko tete mfa nko. No. Mimi nye dunsini me ntete haban. Me nye konfo. Me ba to me nkum odwan. Ena tumi eni ringi mu. Tienie. Tumi eni ringi mu. Tumi eni sikan mu. Tumi ni nantwi abembe mu. Enti obi oso wo nantwi abembe bia na oboa. Tumi bi anim. Tumi eni akonya bia mu. Tumi etini pa mu. Enti me Opatafuo me simple. Tumi ni timi mu. Na ojo grandmaster dia but o me enchia just 20-30 minutes but near ready. I mean yemini. Me nya adwuma o mitifie se maja sorry se ma soli agu onza Opatafuo obi atia me ama ma soli agu tin se mitifie chese di medikura na ho aye dia ma Opatafuo me nya aduane ndi so timpacho se oji bishop bi dia na ami aye kakra ye ntafri bibi kakra so ene so boa o ene so boa. Bye bye masa me koda untimi nya me hwe masa.